Hello everyone, my name is Tanushree. I'm the podcast manager for Oracle Company, and this year we bring you the Leaning into the Network series. The theme of June is community, and today we have Harsh. Can't wait to get us started. Hello Harsh,
Hi, Tanshi.
we really value you sharing your time and expertise with us.
Thank you so much.
To get it started, can you explain what multiversities are?
So, multiversity is so the idea, the name came, I think, 15, 20 years ago. So there is this book called Multiversities, written by Claude Alvarez. Claude Alvarez is a very famous, very renowned activist, environmentalist in Goa, and also a very active in the reimagining education movement around the world. So he wrote a book about it, and that's how it started. So basically, Multiversities is a alliance, a group of different institutes, universities, colleges, organizations which are working around reimagining higher education, higher as in education for young people above 16 specifically. So projects around the country which are working with young people in a with a approach which is reimagining the education in different ways, and there are all sort of projects and all sort of programs. Uh, yeah, so that's what multiversities is. Uh,
How are they different from universities?
so one is so multiversity in itself is not a program. So it's a collective of different organizations which are running programs with young people. So one is that, and these programs are also very it's in a way they are not mainstream projects, and it can be in a mainstream university, but the project or program is not a very conventional program. So they either they are focusing on self-design learning, or they're trying to focus on things which are not usually not taught so much, or the teaching the way of teaching or learning is different than it's not a lot of programs doesn't have classrooms. Like if you talk about Swaraj University, we don't have any classrooms. It's a 2-year program based on self-design learning, where the learners decide their own way of learning, what they want to learn, who they want to learn it from, for how long they should learn. There are no exams in Swaraj, and different projects have their own way of doing it. Some projects have exams, some doesn't. Most of them doesn't have exams. With some projects they do give some sort of certification or degree. With most of them they don't. Yeah, so that's like the overall, like, in a very crux of differences between a mainstream university. And also here we don't really believe that only so we don't believe in specialization, so as such. So anyone can create their own university. Basically, university means the whole universe is your learning space. So whatever I want to learn, let's say I want to learn filmmaking, so I can learn it anyway. I don't have to go to a film school or do like a film project, but I can just go around working with different filmmakers, learning different skills. I can do apprenticeships with people, with cinematographers, with directors, with editors, and that's how I learned. So that's the approach most of the programs have. But as I say, it's a very diverse group of projects and people. So it's different. So yesterday only we were talking about multiversities, and somebody was like, "What is multiversity? How what are our visions, and what are our values?" And somebody gave this really nice metaphor of marriage. So that when you're about to enter it, you don't know what's going to happen, and you don't know what a marriage is. But as you grow into that, it keeps unfolding. So multiversities, I think, is like that. It keeps unfolding for us also, for different members also, in different ways. Yeah. So I hope that I
How
answered.
many organizations are in this, like in Indian Multi University Alliance, and what are the areas?
Okay, so there are more than 75 members right now. So 75 programs, and it's growing. Every few weeks, somebody or the other, we keep adding to the alliance. So the different areas, so there are many areas. So starting from filmmaking to photography to farming to healing to body wisdom and body movement, then entrepreneurship, a lot of soft skills like computer skills, then traveling as in uh, like the basic most of the people engaged with traveling are either doing learning journeys or yatras, or this whole idea of from a tourist to traveler, uh, going along. So water is a very major area. Forest is a very major area. Also, a bit of social justice and activism is also a big pillar, and a lot of programs are engaging with that. Um, so yeah, quite a lot. It's a very diverse and vast range of things that people are offering within the alliance.
Also, we heard about your early meet. Can you tell us about what happens there?
Yearly meet as in the multiverses. So yeah, so we every year we gather. The alliance have their members gathering every year, where we gather, we meet with each other, because as I said, it's a very diverse alliance. For us to be aligned and to be constantly trying to do something, create something new, it's very important for us to meet and deepen our relationships. And also these gatherings are also opportunity for new members to come and join us, and also to welcome them, and to spend time getting to know them, and trying to see where we can how we can engage with each other. Most of the gatherings have we have had many things, but the focus always been to deepen our relationships, and also to explore different possibilities around collaborative projects. So, and how we can learn from each other and grow together, and what should be the also to plan the year for the alliance, and what should be the vision for the alliance for next year, and what do we want to do together, what are the conversations we want to pick up, to engage with, in that. So yeah, so that's how our gatherings are. But again, it also depends where we are doing it, how we are doing it. So like we did one gathering in Beer in 2019, before the pandemic started, and that gathering had a lot of diverse people and a lot of people from the country. So it was a great opportunity for us to sort of see all those faces, because a lot of people who were in the alliance also met for the first time, because not all the time everyone can be, and because of a big number, it's really hard to pick a date which matches for everyone. So but that somehow that year there were more than 100 people from all the projects. From at that time we were only 60 projects, so there were 100 people from 60 projects, almost all of the projects. And then and since it was in Deer Park Institute, which also runs with the Buddhist ideology and all that, and Beer has a lot of monasteries and a lot of monks around. So we were visiting monasteries. We also visited different programs in Himachal, which were close by, like an hour drive from the place. And it was Beer, so Beer has the skydiving thing happening there. So we did that also. We had a lot of fun. So we always try to keep it more fun and more alive, so that whoever, I mean, all of us who are engaged with this are very passionate people. They're doing this work, not because they want to make money or they want to do something else. They are here because they are very passionate about this, and they want to really bring change and really work with that. So for them it's always fun, it's always play, it's not work. Even for me, like to keep on doing this, like I was really excited for this, because this is what I do, and I love that doing this, and I love talking about what I do. So yeah, so that's how the gatherings are mostly.
I can feel the vibe in your words.
Yeah.
Also, can you tell us what makes a group of people a community in your opinion?
Okay, yeah. So again, like this is something which is we can't generalize this. Everyone have their own way of looking at community, and uh, there are multiple definitions also of community. But I can talk about. I won't talk about what we believe in. Believe community is in multiversities, because I don't think we have that. Everyone have their own ways of looking at it. So I can talk about myself. For me, I think a group of people, any group of people who believe in something at the core, uh, there is a certain kind of a spiritual alignment or a value alignment within them. A group of people who has deep relationship with each other, who wants to support each other, help each other, uh, grieve together, celebrate together, mourn together, grow together, learn together. That's what I feel community is for me. And it doesn't matter if they come from the same space, same ethnic, religious beliefs, or they practice same religion or caste. Or it doesn't matter of if they do all that. It's just, I think it's the feeling of loving each other and being loved by each other, by the others. Uh, Also, I think it's also for me, it's an extension of my family. So I have one family which I was born with, and then there was there are many other families that I chose to be part of. And I think I have much thicker relation with the families that I chose to be with, um, than my own family, than my own, like, I mean, I have a really nice relationship there also, but I feel more alive when I'm with people who I choose to call my family. Same with the community aspect of it also. I mean, because I have been working with people all around the world, and the community, because multiversities is also part of the larger community of ecoversities, which is a global alliance. uh, and I think for me that has been all over the place. So I have a brother in Mexico, a sister in Miami, and those kind of. So, and it's not just like I'm saying, calling them brothers or sisters. It's like how I feel about them, and that's how they feel about me. So I think for me that thickness in our relationships, that depth of understanding of each other, what makes a community for me.
That's nice. How can learning be enhanced in a community?
I think when you are in a community, whether you do it or not purposely, you are always learning. So there's something that I always say when we were, um, even before we became sperms, we were just one single cell, and when in order to become what we are, or what we were born, that particular cell kept dividing, and when it divided, it kept transferring whatever knowledge it had. So each cell, when they were created, they were learning from each other, and that's how we came to our existence. Same with and that's how I feel it happens similarly with the community also. When one person, when that one idea, when it sprouts in somebody's head, or in someone, within a group, and when that idea comes, they try to, when it will only happen when they'll share and they will learn from each other, and when they'll share, the other person will learn. So it's always like, when you live in a community, we cook together. So maybe I'm not a very great cook, but I can learn that, or I can learn from the very basics of chopping, because usually when you're not, when you don't know how to cook, people put you on the chopping tables. But that's also something which I feel has to be learned, because you don't know how to chop. When you do it, when you keep doing it for years, that's how you learn. Like, even now, I love food and I love cooking, but even now I don't think I'm a great chopper. I don't think I can chop really well, or really fast, but I can cook really well. Uh, but then, that's something that I keep learning with different people and with different styles. So I mean, a community can't be without learning, and learning cannot happen without a community. It's interdependent, uh, in my vision. That's how that's how I have understood both the things. Um, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And how can someone join IMA? Like, what are the benefits of joining it?
So that's a good question. uh, so far, I mean, there are certain values that we carry, and one of being that the project has to be in some way or the other has to be reimagining education. It has to be a learning project. There has to be some aspect of gift, uh, as in gift culture, gift economy to it. Not completely, but like the spirit has to be that. Like maybe the transaction can happen without that aspect, but the spirit of the project should be, gift. So these are some values which we usually, when we enroll somebody, we try to align that. Um, the process is basically to apply through our website, or through one of us, like uh, the members keep adding new members also, because we are all in this community of educators, so we keep meeting new people, we keep meeting new projects and new ideas, and wherever we feel that these projects are aligned with what multiversities is about, then we also like invite them to gatherings, or we enroll them on the website and things like that. But it also keeps changing, so we haven't have one process, like one centralized process of enrollment as of now. It has been multiple things. Just a second, I'm getting a call. I will have to pause for a minute.